let's move on to another stock that is buzzing in trade, and that is a PFC. Sameet, that's the first stock that you've picked out for us today. How are you looking at the charts for this one? Because last 1 week, last 1 month, 6 months, it's managed to give strong positive returns coming in. Do you see this run-up that we've seen continue going forward as well?
Looks like, stock has been, clearly outperforming. If you see, the stock has been steadily moving from its, lows of 100. And recently we saw consolidation in a triangular pattern. So the momentum has picked up last week itself. Stock managed to gather some momentum from the levels of 140. And now it has accelerated that momentum after, giving a breakout from this triangular pattern somewhere around 150. If you look at the volume activity, it has risen substantially, so that clearly provides some sort of credence to the move. Looking at the overall price and volume activity, we expect this stock to head higher. 168, 170. This is the these are the next levels to watch out for. But the kind of overall development that we are witnessing in this counter, we expect this outperformance to continue, and probably after a few years of consolidation, this stock would finally surpass its sturdy wall of 170.
All right, moving on, Ashesha, Nykaa is a stock that is in focus and looks like Macquarie is sounding cautious on this one.
Absolutely. The stock is in focus on the back of that Macquarie note that has come in. They've initiated coverage on Nykaa with an underperformed rating, and they've given a target price of 115 rupees per share. The stock currently, as you can see on your screen, trading at about 147 odd levels. They say beyond beauty segment, they see uncertainty as far as their fashion segment is concerned. They also believe investments at Nykaa Beauty need to increase in the time to come. Limited operating history and need for growth investments makes them cautious on Nykaa at this juncture, and they say success of fashion segment is yet to be proven, and hence for now they've initiated coverage with an underperformed rating with a target price of 115 rupees per share, and that is precisely the reason the stock is under pressure today, 1.8% lower in trade for Nykaa.
1.5% lower in trade for Nykaa. But Harsh, Nalco too is the stock which is in focus today. Why is that so? What's the news flow around this?
Well, yes, management is all set to meet for considering dividend distribution. Again, one of those PSUs with high dividend yield. When I'm looking at the last year or so, the amount of dividend given over the last financial year was 6 rupees of dividend, which is quite solid given that the stock is priced at 84 bucks a share, and the stock is also up 9% over the last 1 month. The 13th of March is when the board meet to consider that second interim dividend. In this particular financial year, Nalco has given a dividend of around 2.5 rupees as of now. So, of course, more dividend along the way. Need to wait and watch for those numbers. But on the back of that announcement, the stock is up 2%.
All right, that is Nalco for you. But Sameet, you also picked the stock on the charts. And how is Nalco looking like? Do you see a positive up move continuing for this one?
Entire metal space has been, sulking since last, few weeks. But in last couple of days, some sort of buying has resumed from lower levels. Nalco is the one stock that has been, bucking the trend overall. Its larger peers. Stock has been consolidating, and today, the kind of price and volume activity that we are witnessing, stock has managed to give a breakout from its recent hurdles of 82. So the next level to watch out for would be around 87. 87 would be a challenging level to surpass. But once this stock managed to surpass 87, we could see a good traction towards 94, 95 in this counter. So overall, price structure looks quite promising. Any follow-up move to surpass 87, would augur certainly good for this particular counter.
About Z Entertainment, that one is actually dropping in today's trading session. Approximately 2% downtick coming in on Z Entertainment the last time I checked. And this after the stock saw a block deal of about 15.2 lakh shares in 2 block deals. And this was at the price range between 199.3 to 199.5 rupees per share. Post that block deal, you've seen Z decline about 2% in trade today.
Okay, let's move on and talk about Cholamandalam Finance on the chart. Sameet, how is this one looking like? Is it the right time to pick this one?
See, overall, it is not considered a trader's favorite counter. It's a low beta stock, but the price action has been quite promising. The way stock has managed to surpass 770 during the day, and if you look at the volumetry, it has supported that price action. Stock is likely to resume its higher degree uptrend. So 790, 795, these are the next levels to watch out for. Overall, if you see stock first, rallied from the levels of 650 towards 800, and in last a month or so, the stock has been consolidating in a narrow range. But today, it has managed to surpass its important hurdle, and we expect this stock to move higher. So 800 is the first level to watch out for, and the moment this stock surpasses 800, then probably 825, 840, these are the next levels to watch out for.
Okay, let's move on and talk about GAIL. Sumit, this one is very close to its 52-week high levels as well. Should we expect it touching those high levels anytime soon?
Looks like, last to last week also we had discussed about this particular counter when it, took up from the levels of 96, 97. Overall, chart structure has been quite positive since last couple of weeks. Stock has been maintaining its sturdy structure, a series of higher highs, higher lows. Importantly, this recent rally from the levels of 94 is supported by strong, robust volumes. So that clearly provides some sort of credence to the move. So 113, 115, these are the next level to watch out for. Overall, stock is a buy on dip counter. Any dip from current level would be around 106, 105 would be a good buying opportunity. And as a trader, one can now keep a stop around 101.
All right, moving on. Harsh, oil stocks, or that's the one, the entire basket actually is in focus.
It's come on fatafat after very long, I must say that.
Absolutely. But Harsh, take it away.
Yes, absolutely. So we're looking at government revising the windfall gain tax on crude, petroleum, crude production, ATF, as well as diesel exports. So looking at a whole host of stocks which are gaining on the back of that. You're seeing good solid gains on both ONGC and MRPL, which are on your screens. Now let me take you through what the regulation is looking like now. The windfall tax on domestic crude production has been increased to 4,400 rupees per ton from 4,350, but that's about the only bad news here. You're looking at an additional tax on ATF exports reduced to nil from 1.5 rupees a litre. You're looking at windfall tax on diesel export reduced to half a rupee per litre from 2.5 rupees a litre. And you're looking at petrol exports to continue to be out of the windfall tax ambit. With regard to exports, you have duty tax on diesel, which has decreased sharply due to the fall in diesel cracks, and you're looking at export duty on ATF that has been removed entirely due to a sharp fall in ATF cracks as well. So there's no change for petrol despite improvement in the cracks, which is definitely a positive. So across the bat, currently it's largely positive for these oil marketing companies and oil production companies more than marketing, and you're seeing Oil India and Chennai Petro also gaining on the back of that.
Okay, let's bring Sumit to tell us what is ONGC looking like on the charts, because in the last 6 months, surely it has seemed to gain traction from those 121 levels. Now it's reached those around those 160 levels. What is it looking like on the technicals?
See, it has been a steady mover of late, and the positive developments that have happened over the weekend is clearly reflected in prices as well. If we look at it from a slightly broader perspective, this stock has been maintaining its higher top, higher bottom cycle, and recently stock consolidated in a range. So overall, if you see, stock had formed a bullish flag pattern, which has been confirmed today itself. So from here on, 165, 168, these are the next levels to watch out for ONGC. Momentum trader can buy at current level, keep a stop loss around 153, and the risk reward is quite favorable. 167 is the next levels to watch out for.
Okay, let's move on and talk about some of the QSBs. That's 5 Paisa, BSC, CDSL. All these stocks are buzzing in trade. And why is that so? Because 15 stockbrokers have been designated as qualified stockbrokers. Now, qualified stockbrokers shall be required to meet the enhanced obligation, and the enhanced monitoring of the qualified stockbrokers shall be carried out by all the exchanges with effect from 1st July 2023. And in January, SEBI had issued guidelines to designate certain stockbrokers as qualified stockbrokers, having regarded to their size and scale of operation. Other brokers might be added within the gambit later on. That's the word coming in from NSE, according to sources. Now, what is going to be the impact of this when you look at it? Obviously, more confidence to investors. Costing may increase due to the regulations of broking firms, and costing impact may be passed on to consumers as well. So keep an eye out on these stocks today. All these stocks are buzzing in trade on the back of this news flow.
All right, moving on, let's talk about Electra Green Tech, and this one is in focus once again on back of a huge order win. They said that their subsidiary, Every Trans, has won order to supply about 550 buses to Telangana State Road Transport Corporation, and that order is worth about 1,000 crore rupees. And post the announcement of this news, you saw Electra Green actually surge in trade. It is actually seen the biggest intraday jump, or rather, it has hit a highest level since February 28. So that's Electra Green Tech buzzing on back of a new order win.
Let's move on and talk about one more stock that is buzzing is Coromandel International today in trade as well. Sameet, how are you looking at the charts for this one? Is it finally time for a very good up move for this stock?
Yes, certainly looks like the price action has been quite good today itself. In fact, last week also towards the fag end, this stock gained some momentum, and it has carried over that momentum today itself. Volume activity has been quite good. So from here on, the way price and volume activity is shaped up, we expect the stock heading towards 975, 980. So these are the next levels to watch out for as far as Coromandel is concerned. One can buy at current level, keep a stop loss somewhere around 907 and 970, 980. These are the next levels to watch for.